Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And if you guys watched my last video about Sprint saying that its customers are fleeing the company, well, I think it just got a whole lot worse. So in the press release to the public, Sprint stated that their native LTE coverage sucks. Now, we've known in the past from third parties, crowdsourced maps, that Sprint always lacked LTE coverage compared to the competition, such as Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. And now they've publicly admitted that their LTE native coverage just sucks. Now, if you guys went onto my Instagram and saw the picture that I posted comparing all the maps, if you haven't, make sure you go do so. I will leave the name to my Instagram in the description down below. On there, you could pretty much see T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon's coverage maps. And then with each of them, Sprint is filled in yellow. And you can compare how small Sprint's native LTE coverage really is. Now, do keep in mind, Sprint does have coverage in most of the other areas due to now the T-Mobile roaming and also some US cellular roaming that they got going on. And before that, it was with Verizon. So even if you traveled into non-Sprint coverage areas, you still had some sort of service. If it was just voice, 1X on Verizon, roaming LTE on US Cellular, you still had some sort of service, and you will continue to do so if you are a Sprint customer. But natively on Sprint's LTE network, they are just not up to par, not even close. And I've been doing some digging and research and talking to different people within the industry. And I know Sprint said that they would keep up the spending over the next 3 years, but in actuality, they won't be able to do so. If they keep spending the 5 to 6 billion that they're projected to spend this year and over the next 3 years, soon the board members and investors are going to step in and say, you guys are spending, but we don't see any return. So if the merger does not happen, I see Sprint spending that same amount next year. And after that, I see another drastic cut in their capital expenditure. And then the network is going to be stagnant once again. So I see the same thing happening that it did in 2013, 2014. If you guys saw, I will post that as well on the Instagram page. So Sprint in 2013, 2014 spent 4 to 5 billion each of those years through Network Vision. And then once the board members and the investors ran Dan Hesse at the time, I believe that's his name, he was the CEO, they ran him out of the office. And then Marcelo came on board and cut the capital investment down to 1.7 billion. So he cut it almost by $4 to $5 billion. He cut the capital investment. So the former CEO had the right idea. He spent the money the first 2 years to rip and replace. And then that following year, he was going to spend the same amount and bring 2.5 band 41 to about 13,000 sites, which would have gave Sprint a huge head start. But the board, the investors, they got to it and they said, no, we will not allow this. You guys haven't shown any growth. As a matter of fact, you lost 2 million subscribers in 1 quarter during Network Vision. So just keep that in mind. I will post that in the Instagram here in a little while so you guys can see that's what happened. And I think that's the same exact thing that's going to happen again. They spent 5 to 6 billion this year. They will do so next year. And then the year after, if the merger is not approved, their capital will be cut and the network will become stagnant. And we will hardly see any growth like we did in 2015, 16, and 17. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys. Leave all the comments in the comment section down below. Maybe you've seen some growth on Sprint's network. I know it's getting a little bigger, but right now they're portraying an image to the public that they just suck. So pretty much anything to get the merger to pass through. So definitely stay tuned to the channel. Lots more content coming. Also, soon the quality is going to get a lot better. I'm working on some stuff behind the scenes, so definitely stay tuned. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload content. And this is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.